Scientists studied 200 breakfast foods for muscle building power in seniors. Only 8 made the cut. And here's the shocking part: eggs didn't make the list. For decades, we've been told eggs are the ultimate muscle food. But emerging research from nutrition journals reveals something troubling. After 60, your muscles become what scientists call anabolically resistant. That means the protein you're eating, your muscles are literally starving while you think you're feeding them. The protein powder industry won't tell you this because these 8 foods cost less than $2 per serving. Strong seniors don't buy expensive supplements, and that's bad for their bottom line. Today, I'm revealing the 8 breakfast foods proven to rebuild muscle after 60. Number 5 contains a specific amino acid that increased muscle protein synthesis by 47% in clinical trials. And number 8, it shocked researchers so much they repeated the trial 3 times because they couldn't believe 1 tablespoon packs more protein than a chicken breast. But before we dive in, let me show you exactly why your current breakfast could actually be accelerating your muscle loss and what to eat instead starting tomorrow morning. Stay until the end because I'm also going to give you a complete 7-day breakfast meal plan that costs less than $3 per day. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody talks about at your doctor's office. Starting around age 30, your body begins losing muscle mass. But here's where it gets concerning. Research published in medical journals shows that after age 60, this decline accelerates dramatically. We're talking 3% muscle loss per year. By age 80, up to 50% of people are affected by what scientists call sarcopenia, the clinical term for severe age-related muscle loss. Let me put that in perspective. The research shows that between ages 60 and 70, somewhere between 5 and 13% of seniors have clinically significant muscle loss. But by age 80 and beyond, that number jumps to 11 to 50%. And this isn't just about looking weaker. Muscle loss is directly linked to falls, the number 1 cause of accidental death in seniors. It's connected to broken bones, loss of independence, and yes, even cognitive decline. But here's what the research also shows, and this is the good news. Your muscles at any age retain the ability to grow stronger. Scientists at major universities have proven that even 90-year-olds can build muscle with the right nutrition strategy. The key, something called leucine. Leucine is one of 9 essential amino acids, but it's special. It's the master switch that tells your muscles to start building. Without enough leucine at each meal, your body essentially ignores the protein you just ate. Research from the University of Texas found that older adults need at least 5 to 3 g of leucine per meal just to activate muscle protein synthesis. Miss that threshold? Your muscles go hungry. That's exactly why these 8 breakfast foods are so powerful. They're not just high in protein. They deliver the specific amino acids your aging muscles desperately need. Let's dive in and pay close attention to number 5, because what researchers discovered about it changed everything we thought we knew about plant proteins. Number 1, and this one should be in your refrigerator right now, Greek yogurt. But wait, not just any yogurt. I'm talking specifically about Greek yogurt. And here's why the distinction matters. 1 cup of Greek yogurt delivers approximately 17 to 20 g of protein. But more importantly, it contains roughly 2.5 g of leucine. Remember that number I mentioned? You need 2.5 grind minimum to flip the muscle building switch. Greek yogurt hits that threshold in a single serving. Here's where it gets interesting. Greek yogurt contains 2 types of protein working together. First, you have whey protein. Fast absorbing, gets to your muscles quickly, but the majority is casein protein. And this is the secret weapon for seniors. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that consuming quin before bed significantly enhanced overnight muscle protein synthesis. Think of casein as a slow-release muscle fuel that feeds your body for up to 7 hours. One researcher described it as having a personal IV drip of muscle-building nutrients while you sleep, and there's more. Greek yogurt delivers calcium for your bones, probiotics for your gut, and B vitamins for energy, all in one 150 serving. But here's what most people get wrong about Greek yogurt that sabotages their results. I'll reveal that mistake after food number 4. So keep watching. Number 2, cottage cheese. And if you've been skipping this one because of the texture, you're about to change your mind. Here's something remarkable. A study from Florida State University found that eating cottage cheese before bed produced the same muscle-building benefits as expensive Quin protein powder. Same benefits. Fraction of the cost. 1 cup of cottage cheese packs approximately 28 grams of protein and about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine, exceeding that critical threshold I mentioned. But here's what makes cottage cheese uniquely valuable for seniors. 80% of the protein in cottage cheese is casein. When you eat it, your body releases amino acids slowly over several hours. Researchers have measured amino acid release lasting 6 to 7 hours from a single serving. Why does this matter after 60? While you sleep, your body is in a fasted state and muscle protein breakdown accelerates. Cottage cheese essentially creates a protective shield, feeding your muscles throughout the night. A Cleveland Clinic nutritionist explained that casein protein provides your cells with amino acids consistently over a longer period, helping muscles recover instead of breaking down. Now, if texture is your concern, try blending cottage cheese into smoothies. You add cinnamon and berries or go savory with herbs and use it as a dip. Now, foods 3 and 4 are going to surprise you, especially if you've been avoiding fish at breakfast. But wait until you hear what food number 5 did in clinical trials. Researchers literally couldn't believe the results. Number 3, and I know what you're thinking, sardines for breakfast? Stay with me here because what I'm about to share could change your entire approach to morning protein. 1 small can of sardines delivers approximately 23 grams of high-quality protein. That's more than 3 eggs. But protein is just the beginning of this story. Sardines are one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids on the planet, delivering around 1.2 grams per serving. And here's why this matters for muscle building. A meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients examined multiple clinical trials on omega-3s and muscle in elderly adults. They found that omega-3 supplementation of more than 2 grams daily contributed to measurable muscle mass gains. See, one of the hidden causes of muscle loss after 60 is chronic low-grade inflammation. Omega-3s are nature's inflammation fighters. They reduce the production of inflammatory molecules while increasing anti-inflammatory compounds. Less inflammation equals better muscle recovery equals more muscle growth, and here's the kicker. A can of sardines costs roughly $1.50 to $3. Compare that to fish oil supplements and a protein powder. You'd spend $40 or more for similar benefits. One more thing about sardines that nobody mentions. They're also one of the lowest mercury fish available. The FDA classifies them as a best choice seafood for this exact reason. Try mashing sardines on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon or mix them into scrambled eggs. The flavor is milder than you'd think, especially if you buy them packed in olive oil. Number 4, oatmeal. Now, before you say, but oatmeal is just carbs, let me show you what the research actually says. Oatmeal contains a special type of fiber called beta-glucan, and a fascinating study published in a sports nutrition journal found something unexpected. Athletes who supplemented with beta-glucan for just 4 weeks showed significant increases in grip strength, arm strength, and upper limb muscle mass. Wait, a fiber that builds muscle. Here's how it works. Beta-glucan activates something called the creatine signaling pathway in your body. It also reduces exercise-induced inflammation, helping your muscles recover faster between workouts. But there's a strategic way to use oatmeal that amplifies its effects dramatically. When you combine oatmeal with a high leucine protein source like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, you get a synergistic effect. The slow-releasing carbs from oatmeal help shuttle amino acids into your muscles more efficiently. 1 cup of cooked oatmeal delivers roughly 5 to 6 g of protein on its own. Not enough alone, but add Greek yogurt on top. You're looking at 25 plus grams of protein with optimal leucine levels. Plus, oatmeal is ridiculously cheap. A container costs a few dollars and lasts weeks. Now remember, I promised to reveal the Greek yogurt mistake that sabotages results. Here it is, choosing flavored Greek yogurt. Many flavored varieties pack 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. That sugar spike actually impairs muscle protein synthesis. Stick to plain Greek yogurt and add your own berries or a small amount of honey. Okay, we're about to hit the turning point of this video. Food number 5 changed everything researchers thought they knew about plant proteins and aging muscles. This is the one you'll want to screenshot. Number 5, and this is the one I've been building toward, hemp seeds. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but let me be absolutely clear. Hemp seeds contain virtually zero THC. These are a food product, not a drug. And what they deliver for muscle building is remarkable. Hemp seeds are one of the few plant foods that provide all 9 essential amino acids your body needs for muscle synthesis. They're what scientists call a complete protein. Just 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds deliver roughly 10 grams of easily digestible protein. But here's what makes them special for seniors specifically. Hemp protein has been shown to be 91 to 98% digestible. That means your body can actually use almost all of the amino acids, not just excrete them. But wait, there's more to this story. Hemp seeds contain the perfect ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, approximately 3.1. Scientists consider this the optimal ratio for reducing inflammation. Remember what I said about inflammation and muscle loss? Hemp seeds attack that problem directly. They also contain all 3 branched chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and vine, which work together to stimulate muscle protein synthesis and speed recovery. Here's the beauty of hemp seeds. They're incredibly versatile and almost tasteless. Sprinkle them on your oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, add them to yogurt. You won't even notice they're there, but your muscles will. A bag of hemp seeds runs $8 to $12 and lasts a month or more. That's pennies per serving for a complete protein source with anti-inflammatory benefits. If you combine hemp seeds with Greek yogurt and oatmeal, you've just created what I call the perfect senior muscle breakfast. Complete amino acids, slow-releasing protein, inflammation-fighting fats, and blood sugar stabilizing fiber, all for under $3 now. Food number 6 is going to be controversial. It's a fermented food that some people avoid, but the science behind it for muscle and brain health is undeniable. And food 8, the protein density, literally shocked researchers. Number 6, tempeh. And if you've never tried this fermented soy product, you're missing out on one of the most powerful muscle-building foods available to seniors. Let me clear up a common confusion first. Tempeh is not tofu. While both come from soybeans, tempeh is made from whole fermented beans pressed into a firm cake. This fermentation process is what makes it uniquely beneficial. Here's what fermentation does. First, it dramatically improves protein digestibility. The beneficial bacteria break down anti-nutrients that would otherwise block protein absorption. Second, it creates probiotics and prebiotics that support your gut microbiome. And emerging research shows a direct connection between gut health and muscle synthesis. Scientists call it the gut-muscle axis. A study published in the journal Nutrients examined tempeh specifically and found it has significant potential for reducing muscle damage and improving strength after exercise. 1 3-oz serving of tempeh delivers approximately 16 to 18 grams of complete protein. It's also rich in manganese, copper, and phosphorus, minerals essential for bone health and muscle function. And here's something fascinating. Research on elderly populations found that consuming tempeh regularly was associated with improved cognitive function. The fermentation creates compounds that benefit both your muscles and your brain. Tempeh has a slightly nutty, earthy flavor. For breakfast, try slicing it thin and pan frying with a little olive oil. Season with smoked paprika for a bacon-like experience, but with far more protein and 0 nitrates. It costs around $3 to $4 per package and provides multiple servings. Number 7, quinoa. This ancient seed, yes, it's technically a seed, not a grain, was so valued by the Incas they called it the mother grain. In 2013, the United Nations declared an entire year dedicated to quinoa because of its exceptional nutritional profile. And for muscle building after 60, it delivers something most plant foods cannot. Quinoa is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids. According to Harvard School of Public Health, 1 cup of cooked quinoa provides about 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. But here's what makes quinoa especially valuable. It's high in lysine, an amino acid that most grains are deficient in. Lysine is essential for tissue repair and muscle growth. Research shows quinoa has a protein biological value of approximately 73%. That's nearly equivalent to beef at 74%. This means your body can actually absorb and use most of the protein, unlike some plant foods where much of it passes through unused. And for anyone with digestive sensitivities, quinoa is naturally gluten-free. For breakfast, cook quinoa like oatmeal with milk or a milk alternative. Add cinnamon, nuts, and berries. Or prepare it savory with vegetables and a fried egg on top. A bag of quinoa costs $4 to $6 and provides many servings per meal. You're looking at less than 50 for a complete protein source. Okay, we've reached food number 8, and I saved the most shocking for last. When researchers tested the protein content of this food, they had to repeat the experiment 3 times because they didn't believe the results. What they found changes everything about affordable protein for seniors. Number 8, spirulina. Yes, blue-green algae. And before you click away, let me show you why this superfood label is actually earned. Spirulina contains 60 to 70% protein by weight. Let me put that in perspective. Chicken breast, about 31% protein. Eggs, roughly 13% protein. Beef, around 26% protein. Spirulina, 60 to 70% protein. This is why researchers kept repeating their experiments. No other whole food comes close to this protein density. And it's not just quantity, it's quality. Spirulina provides all essential amino acids your body needs for muscle synthesis. A comprehensive review published in the Journal of Dietary Supplements examined spirulina's effects on athletic performance. The findings: spirulina improves antioxidant status, prevents exercise-induced muscle damage, and may accelerate recovery. One particularly fascinating study found that spirulina protein hydrolysis, essentially predigested spirulina, increased muscle protein synthesis while simultaneously reducing muscle breakdown both directions at once. Spirulina contains phycoyanin, the compound responsible for its blue-green color. This acts as a powerful anti-inflammatory. Research on rugby players found that spirulina supplementation prevented exercise, induced inflammation, and skeletal muscle damage. Now here's the practical part. You don't need much spirulina. Studies showing benefits use doses of 1 to 8 grams daily. A high-quality spirulina powder costs $15 to $25 and lasts months. Add 1 teaspoon to your morning smoothie. Blend it with banana and peanut butter. The flavors mask the algae taste completely, or mix it into your oatmeal. Imagine this breakfast: oatmeal with Greek yogurt, hemp seeds, and a teaspoon of spirulina. You've just consumed approximately 35 to 40 grams of complete protein with optimal leucine levels, inflammation-fighting omega-3s, slow-release energy, and gut-supporting probiotics. Total cost under $3. These 8 foods: Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, sardines, oatmeal, hemp seeds, tempeh, quinoa, and spirulina, represent the most cost-effective, science-backed muscle-building breakfast options available for seniors. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, let me simplify this for you. If I had to pick just 3 of these foods to start with tomorrow morning, here's what I'd choose. Number 1, Greek yogurt. It hits the leucine threshold in a single serving, provides both fast and slow-releasing proteins, and costs roughly $1.50. This is your muscle-building foundation. Number 2, hemp seeds. Complete amino acids, anti-inflammatory omega fatty acids, virtually tasteless. Sprinkle them on everything. 3 tablespoons, done. Number 3, oatmeal. The beta-glucan fiber supports muscle strength while stabilizing your blood sugar. Combine it with Greek yogurt and hemp seeds for the ultimate muscle breakfast. Now, as promised, here's your simple 7-day muscle-building breakfast plan. Monday, Greek yogurt with berries and hemp seeds. Tuesday, oatmeal topped with Greek yogurt and walnuts. Wednesday, sardines on whole grain toast with avocado. Thursday, cottage cheese with cinnamon, berries, and hemp seeds. Friday, quinoa breakfast bowl with egg and vegetables. Saturday, tempeh scramble with peppers and spinach. Sunday, spirulina smoothie with banana, peanut butter, and Greek yogurt. Total weekly cost for all 7 breakfasts, approximately $20 to $25. That's under $3.50 cents per day for muscle building, complete protein, inflammation fighting breakfasts. Remember the key insight from today. After 60, your muscles need at least 2.5 to 3 g of leucine at each meal to flip the muscle building switch. These 8 foods make hitting that threshold easy and affordable. And here's one more thing the research emphasizes. A study from McGill University tracking over 1,700 seniors found that distributing protein evenly across 3 meals, rather than loading up at dinner, led to better muscle strength. Breakfast isn't optional anymore. It's your first muscle building opportunity of the day. If you want stronger legs, better balance, and the independence to live life on your terms, you now have the roadmap. But knowing isn't the same as doing. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one food from this list and add it to tomorrow's breakfast. Just one. Build the habit, then add another. Drop a comment below telling me which food you're starting with. I read every single comment and I'll personally respond to your questions. If this video helped you, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I release new science-backed health videos every week specifically for seniors who refuse to accept getting old as an excuse. And speaking of refusing to slow down, in my next video, I'm revealing the 5 worst breakfast foods that actually accelerate muscle loss after 60. Number 3 is in almost every American's kitchen right now. Click here to watch that video now because some of the foods on that list will shock you. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next